Boom, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very, very special, very critical, important, crucial, some may say, nuclear. Lance, fix my fucking camera. Fix the camera, Lance, because you bumped into it, and we're going to restart this thing. Ready?
Let's go.
And intro, animation, boom! Action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The time has officially arrived. It's another episode of The Comeback City. My name is Sky. I got my co-host here.
I forgot my name.
Lance.
Let's go back one more time.
And we are here, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very special episode. All jokes aside, we have a very, large amount of things to get through and talk about when it comes to news and updates, as well as just general changes and then discussion. I want to hear your guys' opinion, because I've been playing on the beta the last few months. The pre-patch is out now live. The class changes are out. Add-on update is out. Literally everything top to bottom is absolutely out. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very crucial message. If you guys are in the guild right now for the Comeback Kids, and you're in-game live, you need to message in the guild right here, right now. Let everyone know that the Comeback City is live on YouTube. Listen, it's now officially time for us as a community to come together, hold each other accountable, and crack it down. Whoopsh. Crack it down. Maybe not. Maybe not. But listen, you got to hold each other accountable. Listen, we're going to bust our butt. We're going to give you guys this content as much as possible. But I need you guys to go in game. Let everyone know we are live. Time to be a team. Expansion's coming. And it's time to get hype. Yo, Gino, thank you so much for the resub for 12 months. That's 1 year subscription from Gino. Wow.
I mean, Gino's a real one.
By the way, that's about the time when we came back from when we were sick. When we had COVID. Just about. The lung infection. It was just at the time. So, yo, shout out to Gino. And then Rev as well. Yo, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you so much.
But
yes, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let everyone know we're live. I'm checking guild chats, by the way. I don't give a damn. And I'm going to have beef with people because I know your names in game, too.
Oh, shit.
I got names.
Oh, shit.
Now, if you're here for early roll call, let's get some ones in the chat, dude. Oh, big subs. That's 3 subs back to back to back. You guys are insane. Remember, you don't have to spend any money. Just sub with the Prime. Free money. All right. That's enough of the energy. Let's settle down here. Let's get serious. Shout out to all you guys with the one man. We got Max, of course, Brett, Trojan Judge, Kiko, Dasher, Justin. We got Sam. We got Jason. We got Gino, Scaldier, Mega Man, Mohawks, Ramfist, Cherry. Who else we got? Sir Dude, what's going on, everybody? How are we doing? Welcome, guys. Very special episode. It's the pre-patch launch, man. We're here for Midnight World of Warcraft Lance. Big week. A lot of things happening. We got a ton. By the way, shout out to Rev for the first time chat. Thank you, buddy. All the class changes, all the updates. Shout out to Steve, Shelly, No Maganis, by the way, Brett, Isaiah, Hell's Rocker, all you guys. I see the ones in the chat. All the class changes. So the question is, ladies and gentlemen, first impressions, how are we feeling, Defiant Duck? How are we feeling about the class changes, but also the add-on purge? How are we feeling, Lance? I know we got a couple comments today, even on our video that's doing very positive. We got a couple comments saying, I'm done with this dead game. I knew they would do it, and they did it themselves. Blizzard killed World of Warcraft. No one else. Add-ons are gone. My UI is a disaster. Wah. So the question is, Lance, what do you think about stuff like that? What are we thinking? Talk to me. Talk to the people.
I haven't been playing with add-ons already for the last 3 months.
That's crazy, Trill. Insane.
Whenever I log in. So literally nothing changed for me besides I got to finally play the spec I wanted to play.
Okay.
So the game feels the same to me.
Okay. That's good.
I've been playing beta and then live with no add-ons anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty good.
All
right.
I'll say just from a flat statement really quick before we move on to the next subject and get to some of your guys' talking points. I've done 10s, 11, 12s, 13s, and even 14s on the beta with absolutely no add-ons, not a single add-on. So it is very possible. Don't let people say the sky is falling. Of course, there are going to be a lot of changes. Of course, it's going to take some getting used to. It took me some time to get used to. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. And it was very abrupt, right or wrong, Lance, heading into midnight, trying on the beta. And it was kind of like, whoa, it was like shell shock. You know what I mean?
It felt like a completely different game
Yes.
the first time I did it.
Yes.
And then
Absolutely.
I found myself actually enjoying the midnight
Absolutely.
beta gameplay more.
Yeah. So when it comes to class tuning and add-ons, like Lance just said, we were very, very shocked and surprised at first. But after a few weeks of testing and playing, oh my God, it felt, this is going to sound crazy, it felt like I was really playing World of Warcraft again. Like it's in its, I'm not going to say vanilla state because we're going to think of that as classic WoW, but in its real, organic, untouched, unfaltered, unadjusted, natural, homegrown state. And it made me a bit more in tune to the game as is. Let's get into some of the comments here. Haven't had a chance to test anything. I think it's horrible. Change is always good. Pally feels good. DK Wars, tier sets haven't changed. Yeah. Had an issue with the guild raw. Okay, yeah, we'll have to figure that out. I love add-ons for classic WoW. No add-ons on retail feels nice when they add DPS meters. Good improvements. Yeah, I agree. Of course, remember though, your skill level's higher than, yeah, right. You're crazy. Just put platter in the game. That's a plater. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they're working on, more UI and bars and customization and stuff like that. They are already working on stuff like that. And also, there is a form of plater that is coming to the game.
Platinator.
Yeah, that you actually can use, and there's people's profiles ready, locked, and loaded for Mythic Plus already for Season 1, I don't know, in 2 months from now. So people have already done their homework and everything should be good to go. I've used a few add-ons, but none of them made my UI change. So yeah. So the question is for you, ladies and gentlemen. I got one more question before we dive into the show. Really quick. Really simple question. Comeback Kids family. Would you consider going mostly bare bones when it comes to add-ons heading into midnight? If not, why? And if so, why? Now let me ask Lance this question. Are you going to be using any combat add-ons at all when it comes to anything that's sort of, pinging you or adjusting you or any Mythic Plus indicators or anything like that? Are you going to use anything? Or are you going to go straight UI from Blizzard? Move on.
I'm going pretty much all natural.
All natural. You're a natty.
I'm going natty.
You're a natty.
I'm going natty.
Wow. Lance Natty 2026.
No, I might use like
okay.
a add-on for like a resource bar.
Okay.
Yeah, add that to the cooldown manager.
I think UI stuff is pretty. Everyone likes their own UI customizable to the way they like. If Blizzard took away stuff like that, they are a tyrant. That would be a horrible thing to do. And they kept stuff like that. So when it comes to UI, I think even ElvUI said something that they're sticking around. Didn't I hear something like that? Or that it's a possibility?
Yes.
Or, guys, let me know about that. I don't want to, obviously give out misinformation, but I thought I heard something along the lines of ElvUI or some major UI people are actually sticking around. Let's be real. Classic is a beverage. True. Beverage simulation is classic World of Warcraft. Yeah, that game is an absolute meme. Very fun. For what it is, but big time meme. Bareback as long as I can. It's even playing field. Playing since vanilla, I see all the pros and cons, but removing fluff, always focus on being immersed. 100%. I need UI help as a healer. Preference not needed. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Healers are very particular about how they like their UIs. LVUI is staying. Okay, cool. There's a new DBM, but it takes like 14 separate add-ons. That's crazy. By the way, I don't even know why you would need that. Because
the new timeline's pretty good.
It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I put it right next to my party bars. So I know where everything's at. It's phenomenal. And I'm going to, by the way, I got asked this a couple times today on my UI and exporting it. And I will be getting something set up closer to launch as I get more reps and stuff like that. Bare bones raw dog is always recommended. You dirty dog. You dirty dog. You dirty. If done safely, but I'm stripping people down hard, working the Transmog field back. Yeah, I haven't dove really. I'm just going to be honest. I've spent very little time testing, adjusting, or working through the new Transmog system. What about you, Lance?
Oh, I messed with it.
You did?
I made a couple of outfits.
You did? How was it?
But I logged in for about...
And guys, let me know. What do you guys think about the new Transmog system? Very curious as the Lance answers this. So let me know. Go for it.
I've logged in for 30 minutes just to go and do the Void Elf Demon Hunter unlock.
Okay.
But let me tell you. What a lame-ass quest line, bro.
Oh!
What a lame way to do what they did for that. That was horrible.
Tilting the camera more this way, just a little bit.
This way?
Yeah, this way.
far.
No, you didn't have to touch the focus. But I just need a tiny bit more, because I'm still off center. Thank you. There you go, Lance.
There we go.
Insane. More. I like Adam Driver.
I will tell you, actually, I did open the transmog window, and I was trying to change my transmog. It crashed my game 3 different times.
Defiant Duck! Welcome to the Comeback Kids membership. Wow, I love that profile picture. Absolutely insane. Look like someone I know. Insane. Shout out to the new member. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are a Comeback Kids member in the chat, let's get some Comeback Kids icons in the chat. That is insane. Show your membership love. If you're on Twitch, show the Comeback Kid icon. If you're a member on YouTube, show the Comeback Kid icon. Show some love for your new members, man. Fellow community members, you gotta rise up. Gotta rise up. We're making it a big point this year, guys. The Comeback Kids community is going to grow substantially. Huge growth. We're working on community big this expansion. That's the goal. That's literally top of my list is how can I make the community stronger, tighter, and better? You know, stronger and tighter. You little weirdos. You little motherfucking pivots. You're a pure. Oh, that's Max. Damn it, Max. Well, thank you, Max, obviously, but damn it, because I thought it wasn't just Max, a friend pity subscribing to me.
Max.
But thank you, Max. Shout out to Max. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, that's another Comeback Kids member in the chat. That's 2 out of our daily, or not daily, but bi-weekly 5. We're trying to get more Comeback Kids icons in the chat. Shout out to the member. Thank you, Max. Appreciate the love. Shane, what's going on, baby? How you doing? All right, I think we're about ready. But before we do, I want you to tell me a little bit about that Void Elf quest, Shane. The Void Elf.
Bro, it was literally you get teleported to Koresh.
Okay.
You go see this demon hunter and this Void Elf that I guess they're trying to make her a demon hunter now.
Okay.
They have you go kill some void creatures around Koresh. You collect some
souls,
some shit off of them. I don't even know what.
Okay.
And then you go fight this elite mob that just gets one-shotted. And then you go back, you turn it in, and you get the unlock.
That's it.
That was it.
It's like 10 minutes.
No.
5 minutes.
You could have been for real done. Yeah, maybe 5 minutes.
5-minute question.
Yeah.
Yo, big ones in the chat. Shout out to Max. Insane. I want to play with you guys more of this expansion. Curse my time. Yeah, listen, Mega. We're going to make it a mission. Community number 1. Before we get into the news, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some community in the chat. Community. If you can't spell it, just put C-O-M-M. Big comms. Oh, I put Fuck.
Big
comms. Big comms in the chat. All right, all jokes aside. Let's get to the weekly cooldown, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to discuss. Let's get into it. All right, it's time for the weekly cooldown. Your full recap of everything that went down in World of Warcraft this week, from blue posts and patch notes to class changes, leaks, and more. We're breaking it all down for you right now, whether you missed a day or the whole week. Click that Hearthstone and get ready, because this is your reset. All right. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what time it is, man. It's time for the weekly cooldown. You heard the intro. Time to get on the ship. Because in a minute, we're heading back to Northern. We got some really interesting news. Lance is going to be breaking down top to bottom. You guys know Lance. He's our lore guy. He's our future speculation guy. He's our dive into the ball.
What?
I'm going to see the future. That's Lance.
Whoa.
He's got the answers. You want to know if your lady is doing something different on the side? Ask Lance. He'll know. You want to know if your father's really investing in your money for, your future investment when he kind of passes away? That's Lance. He'll know if he's actually going to do it. You want to know if your waiter's going to spit in your food? Ask Lance.
Yo.
Anything in life, I pick up the phone, I call Lance, I ask him in advance. And every time he's wrong, avoid Lance at all costs. Moving into a patch 12.0.1 development notes, ladies and gentlemen. This is hot off the press just a couple hours ago. I'm not going to spend too much time absolutely dialed in here going through every single thing. That could take a long time. Let's just see if we find anything interesting. Virulent plague damage by 15%. That's their dot. I guess that's good. Oh my. Whoa. Feedback about collapsing stars resource consumption happening at the start is too punishing, especially in uncoordinated groups. We want proper planning, execution of collapsing star to be meaningful for the maximizing Devour Demon Hunter's damage, but we agree that there's too much tension surrounding an ability that should feel exciting and epic. Is that true, Lance?
Yeah, that was so annoying on the beta. If you casted Collapsing Star and had to move for any reason, you would just lose all of your souls.
Wow, that's annoying. Why would anyone want that?
because they didn't want people casting Collapsing Star, stopping it, casting it to stop their resource bar from going down.
Oh.
It's super degenerate, but instead what they did now is you don't lose the souls, but if you don't cast that Collapsing Star, there's like a
minor GCD thing happening.
An ICD.
Wokenarf, what's going on, baby? How we doing? How we doing, dude? Yo, guys, really quick. What are some classes you're trying right now in the pre-patch? What's the biggest surprise to you? What are you considering maining heading into the new expansion? Let us know as we dive into these notes. Let's go through it. Keeper of the Grove, just issues. Wildstalker definitely needs updates across the board. In particular for Feral. Oh my god, yeah, please.
Hands on head, what up?
Balance. Nerf. Power of Goldrun. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know.
Denizen of the Dream.
Solar Bolt W. Lunar Bolt W. That's your Apex talent, I believe, when you activate it, I think. Wrath damage increased. Starfire increased. All ability. Hell yeah. Big buff. Hell yeah. Buff Shamans. Ellie Shaman for my main. Good choice. Pants on head. What's going on? Bear looks solid for my look. Yeah. Bear is looking pretty good. Please, God, we need big updates. Ready here? Focus Frenzy. By 20%, that sucks. Cat form swipe damage, that they needed that AoE. It was terrible. Wild growth healing from Feral. Rejuve healing from Feral.
Nice. Good.
I guess. All attack damage increased by 8. That's good, but that's not going to solve their problem. Fire breaths should not be because... Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Ebonite can no longer be aura canceled. Averted Embrace healing increase. Okay, so there's a lot of hybrid class healing increase happening around here, I've noticed. Same here, yeah. Interesting. I wonder why that's the case. Frost, nothing here. Windwalker, please, God. Guys, listen, Windwalker and Feral Druid are the worst specs on the beta.
Yo.
They are absolutely horrible. I don't know what to do. This shit is terrible. Please, for the love of God. Hell's Rockers.
Am I back? Buff Shamans! Buff Shamans!
Yo, Shamans do need a buff. Enhancement needs some defensives, absolutely. Shout out to Hell's Rocker 199. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the love. Yo, guys, if you are in the community right now, you got to show some love to the community members. Get some Comeback Kid icons in the chat right now. We got a donation. Show some support, guys. They keep my lights on. I'd be broke without them. No, but seriously, show some love, guys. Okay, so Windwalker Feral, we need desperate buffs in terms of damage. This round of updates is targeting a few underperforming and overperforming talents. Oh boy. Increasing Windwalker's AoE damage? Yes. Tweaking Rising Sunkick's damage contribution in single target versus Fist of Fury? Shit. And adjusting his... Don't nerf Fist of Fury. Shit, they did. That was the best thing going for them. That was the most fun thing about them, but it seems like they buffed everything else. Rising Sun Kick by 20% is nuclear. That upgrades a bunch.
Does Rising Sun Kick do any damage anymore?
Not as much as like back then when if you got hit with a crit like on a Rising Sun Kick, it'd knock your fucking teeth out.
Didn't have a chance to kick again?
I believe it was a talent, but it is a talent again where it does have a chance if it crits. So it has a chance on a chance to kick again.
I love Rising Sun Kick.
Rising Sun Kick is a very cool ability.
Animation.
It's a very, very cool ability. Anyways, Jadefire Stomp increase. No one's even going to be using that. Flurry of Zuen. Absolutely horrific talent. Super boring. Airborne Rhythm now generates... Wow. I don't know. That sucks.
What is that?
I believe it's the one where when you get the reset, it's with the Rising Sun Kick. Oh my god. Hold on. It's the one with Rising Sun Kick where you could spec into it to have it give you chi after something, though. I didn't spell rhythm right. Holy shit. Oh, it's Slicing Winds. Oh. Okay. I mean, no one was even really using that talent anyways, but I guess. Sunfire Spiral, that's better. More Mastery is always good. I mean, you're always going to have your Mastery up on a Windwalker anyway. Magical damage got nerfed there, which sucks for Conduit Celestials. Memory of the Monastery now increases combo breaker's effect chance by 75%. Okay.
Wow.
Increase the damage strike of the Windlord Whirly Dragon. That's really good because those actually do hit hard. Tiger's Eye Brew has been updated. Oh my god, please give me something. Now only reduces its stack down to 10 while out of combat in a raid instance, and now grants 10 stacks or reduces stacks down to 10 at encounter start. Okay, so they can instantly just have a get-go of their Tiger's Eye Brew, which I guess helps. And then off healing increase. So that's definitely a consistent thing they're doing. I would love to play Windwalker. Yeah, me too. The problem is they're absolute swamp ass. They're horrible. That's the problem.
Such a cool spec, though.
They capped the Light of Dawn to 5 targets. How interesting. Healing increased by 10. I mean, in Mythic Plus, this is still going to be a good ability to press, especially with the shield, to give the absorb shield on people. Functions with Commanding Light, Beacon of Lightbringer, and Moment of Compassion. I have to look at what those talents are later. Now it costs the same amount as Mana as Judgment. Okay. Hammer of Healing increased. Holy Light Healing increased. You're buffing Holy Light Healing? Bro, I swear, on the beta, 1 Holy Light is like a lay on hands. Like, one Holy Light is an entire health bar heal.
That's insane.
It's super fun, but it costs fucking 10% of your mana, though. Interesting. More off healing increase for hybrid specs. Very interesting. Discipline, they're decreasing atonement healing. I think this was a little bit broken, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. Shadow Fiend chance increased. I believe you could proc that on discipline now through, is it Shadow or Death, or I don't remember.
Yeah, if you're Void Weaver.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
right?
if you're Void Weaver.
Shadow Mend healing increased. Okay, so they reduced a little bit of atonement healing for just flat regular healing. I know I asked you before you guys came on, but is it best to level alts during the event next week, or am I missing something? What's next week?
That's the actual pre-patch event.
It's going to be fantastic.
I mean, that should be
It
good.
should be banging.
I don't know. I mean, pre-patch events are usually good,
Yeah.
but we just had a remix, and it's not going to compete with that.
No, but it still should be good.
Yeah, it should be alright.
Once again, hybrid off healing increase. Rogue, I'm hoping for anything sort of for assassination, maybe on some energy regen, but they didn't. Okay, and they actually reduced caustic splatter, which sucks. All damage increased by 10%. That's pretty good. Caustic splatter costs 15% on each damage. Well, that's a nuclear nerf. Wow, that's really bad. Wow. Okay. All damage increased by. Okay, so Outlaw's getting buffed. Okay.
Well, Blade Flurry got nerfed.
Titan rushed. Yeah. Wow. 10% on Blade Flurry is like all your damage.
Yeah, but you got 15% everywhere else.
Yeah, I guess. Weird. Why did they... What are they doing?
Make single target better.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right. Midnight Season 1 2-set bonus. Updated tooltip. Okay. Interesting. More off healing. Haunt duration increased to 18, was 15. Oh, they reverted it. Nice. That's cool. So you could pretty much have 100% uptime on Haunt, which is really good for Affliction. That's awesome. Wow. Only one application of Haunt can be active at once, so they don't want you to spread it, but you can have it up 24/7 on one target. So for boss fights, I'm like, gonna be disgusting. And they have an execute at like 35%. They just deal so much damage. They're the best single target class in the game for execute, which is kind of scary. Destruction, Embers of Nihilim. Did this get reverted? If no, I don't even know what that says. Okay. Demolish damage increase. Good. It was horrible. Increase the damage next Demolisher by 5 per stack. What? Feels satisfying to use even at low or no Colossal Might? That's a bad change. Now it's just going to feel bad all the time. Because you just nerfed it more. Because this stacks up to 10%. So normally it would be 50%. Or 100%, excuse me. Now it stacks up to 50%, and now it goes plus 88%. So now I just lost 12% for nothing. Why would they do that? Stupid. Chance to slam to be upgraded heroic strike increased by roughly 50%. That's stupid as fuck. That's awesome. You're gonna be fucking heroic striking every 2 seconds. Reduce the cooldown of Colossal Smash by 2, was 5. I mean, whatever. I'll take the armor pen from it. That's great. Okay, at least that's a W change. I get more heroic strikes and then 4-set bonus. Rampage reduces the cooldown of Odin's Fury by 2.5. Okay, I mean, interesting stuff. Nothing too groundbreaking, I'm not gonna lie, but a couple good things.
That collapsing star change is pretty big.
That's pretty big for you, I would say. Really quick before we move on, we also wanted to dive into the quick pre-patch survival guide. Now, once again, I'll just put this in chat for you guys because I don't need this. But the pre-patch overview is coming next week, so it's not happening now. They got the Transmog UI updates, UI and add-ons at midnight, and then there's also a sort of, I think there's an article in here somewhere where they show you some of the important add-ons that you can use. And then they also did the new player catch-up experience in Exile's Reach. By the way, has anyone tried to PvP during the pre-patch yet? Is there anyone in here who has PvP'd yet during the pre-patch? Because I'm curious.
I was watching Benruki today while I was at work do some 2s on Devourer.
Really?
And
How was it?
it was so stupid.
Why is
He was
that?
just straight one-shotting everyone. 100 to 0.
Not yet. I can't PvP. Oh, God. Anyways, start a UI and cooldown manager import for all classes. Additionally, I might as well give this to you guys. A little import for your UIs as well. Literally down the line, every single spec in the game for a cooldown manager and base UI. So, you know, if you want that settled for you, go crazy. But the main bit of news and talking discussion point that I wanted to go through today was actually this. Blizzard developers on redesigning the world for the Last Titan expansion. Last Titan? Lance, what are they talking about? Last Titan? What is that?
What?
What is that?
You don't know the Last Titan?
Yeah, what is that? I've never heard of that.
It's the finale of the World Soul Saga.
Finale? Oh, why are they talking about it now? What's going on here?
Yeah, by the way, I really don't understand
What's going on?
why they're talking about it now. I really didn't get this, but it was a very cool interview.
Very odd. So we're going to go through this together, watch it really, really quick, and then just talk about a few things. So let's just dive into it. Let's not waste any time.
I think it's actually essential as we're building and trying to deliver a living world that we be able to tell new stories in familiar places, right? It would be so limiting if we said that the most iconic locations in all of World of Warcraft are off limits because we've already told a story there and they exist in a moment in time, and sorry, I guess we can never go back to Northrend. I guess we can never go back to some of these places. And so we're excited to really be able to tackle that.
As part of our recent cover story on World of Warcraft Midnight, I spoke with several key developers at Blizzard about looking ahead to The Last Titan, the subsequent expansion that will bookend the World Soul Saga trilogy. Of course, Blizzard is tight-lipped about the expansion, as it's ostensibly several years away, but I was able to shed some light on the team's approach to redesigning Northrend, which the company has confirmed is a core focus of The Last Titan, untouched since its introduction.
He says it's several years away, but if they go off the same content cadence we had from War Within to Midnight,
19 months.
it's literally 20 months away from right now.
It's crazy. 20 months.
And Midnight's not even out yet.
20 months away.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's nothing.
You think Ashes will be out by then? You think Ashes of Creation? Do you guys want to place bets? Can we place a bet right now on if Ashes of Creation is going to be out? Oh,
Dude,
GTA 6.
GTA
True.
6 might not be. It might get
GTA
pushed
6
back
might
more.
not make it.
Yeah.
We got an entire saga.
We
before
might get
saw
all
GTA 6.
the entire World Soul Saga before GTA 6.
The WoW killer Ashes. Yeah, right? Imagine. I love Northern, and personally, I think the world needs to change in order to bring back meaning to the old zones. No, and if there's nothing to bet, the games are coming out until 2050, true. Crap, I'm in on this bet. Yo, that game ain't never coming out. Anyways, very interesting opening couple statements here, guys. Talking about redesigning old world, and the more important thing is that he's saying, why shouldn't we? Why, like who's to say everything we made before is just, like, it's done? We never touch it again. Like, what kind of world is that if it's just one and done, never updated? Like, it's just, like, so finite to be like, once it's a part of the expansion, you never see it again.
It's a way of
Weird.
like revamping these zones is a way to make people feel, to like give them that sense of nostalgia without having to go back and play classic.
Yeah.
Right? Or also getting to see these zones in a modern way. It's almost like, man, this is the way I imagine the zone was back
Absolutely.
when I was actually playing it.
Yeah.
And I haven't like done any of the questing in New Eversong Woods.
Yeah.
But I
Me
did fly through it real quick, like really fast on dragon riding. Yeah, that's like how I envisioned it looking like back then. But now you go back, yeah, it's Dated.
Yeah.
Like, they need to do this.
Really quick, guys, if you are logged in-game for World of Warcraft, let the guild know. Type in guild chat. Say, hey, Sky and Lance are live on the Comeback City. Let them know we are live. It's time to get in here. It's time for us as a community to come together, get inside the live chat, chill out, goof off, and be a part of this guild. Because if you're not, we're going to have serious problems. I can't kick you, but maybe Liliana would. Shout out, Liliana. Anyways, moving on to one of your questions. Is this just a redesign, or will this be part of the story of expansion? No, Last Titan is going to be based in the entirety of redesign of Northrend, or so they say, or have said. Now, to what extent that actually means, no one knows for now. But this pretty much gives us a damn good idea, pretty much saying, Lance, that, hey, we're not scared to pull the ripcord plug on something done 15 years ago, redesign it, and make it for the better. Like, make it for the better, cap off this expansion in incredible content, and go from there. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, just curious about the Lich King. Oh, well, there isn't one anymore, because they...
Bolvar's still there.
Yeah, but they broke the Helm of Domination.
That's true.
But what does it even matter? He's the Lich King of what? My fucking Schwarz? He's gonna dominate his own freaking blisters.
That's true.
On his knees, sucking the schlong of Sylvanas.
Makes me wonder.
Come on, man.
Is there a frozen throne?
That's a good question, too.
Huh? Good.
I don't know.
She ripped open and we go to the Shadowlands. That was at the Citadel.
Yeah, obviously. That was at the Frozen Throne.
The Ice Crown Citadel. So, I don't know. Good question.
Right. Let's continue.
In 2008's Wrath of the Lich King expansion, the iconic location represents World of Warcraft's peak in pop culture.
I think we've been pretty open about recently. We were nervous about doing a return to Quel'Thalas because sort of the implicit promise of a WoW expansion is going to lands unexplored, seeing new cultures, seeing new faces, and to have this story do something which is really cool in and of itself is like go back to Silvermoon, see how it's grown, see how the characters have changed, has a lot of excitement. It also, maybe doesn't have as much of that I'm going to the Dragon Isles, which we haven't seen before, or we're going to Khazalgar, which we haven't seen before. Now, we were able to accomplish some of that, right? We have Herondar, we have Voidstorm, we have a couple new spaces to explore, and Zul'Aman to some extent is in a large part unexplored. But that was something we were nervous about. I mean, I think we are really encouraged by player reception of Midnight and the return to the Blood Elf lands. People first visited in Burning Crusade and seeing what's become of them and getting to explore an updated and reimagined version of them. I think that's, we've learned a lot of lessons from doing that, and that's going to inform our approach to Northrend or other places we may revisit down the line. I think it's about striking a balance between nostalgia and freshness. Having those familiar anchors that players are looking for and can't wait to see in
Juan Epstein with the Comeback Kids membership.
Oh,
absolutely insane. Shout out to Kuzi. He just received a membership. Yo, if you guys are in the chat for the members, give some Comeback Kid icons in the chat. Show some love to your fellow community member, man.
Big Comeback Kids in the chat.
Insane. That's 3 on the night. 2 more, we reach our goal, by the way. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much, Juan.
Sky,
Drink the Kool-Aid.
what do you think the chances are when we go to BlizzCon? I can get close enough.
Yeah.
Ian Hazakosis
and
to give him a bear hug.
Hell yeah.
Think?
Hell yeah.
Think we can make it happen?
Hell yeah.
I want a hug.
I think he'd be shocked.
I'm gonna go like
Lance.
I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna grab him and pull him in and be like,
yo, I'll tell you what. I know he'd be surprised.
And I'm gonna whisper in his ear and say,
hell yeah.
Beautiful, man.
Let's do it.
Fully modern fidelity, but also having, expanded areas, clearly transformed areas in a way that makes it abundantly clear that this is, a lot of time has passed. We're telling a different story this time around, and this isn't just the same place that you already know all about.
And when returning to a place like that, how do you go about choosing, whether it's Northrend or elsewhere, how do you go about, we're gonna touch this space, we're not gonna touch this space?
I mean, I think we'll talk much more about the details of Northrend execution down the line, but we're in progress on it. I think we definitely need to be very mindful of borders and contiguous land masses and transitions. I think we would never want a situation where a player is, standing in one spot and then they walk 20 yards in that direction or
Much love,
200
Max.
yards in that direction, and suddenly they're like in the middle of stuff that was built 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. And so even if we,
How do you go about that?
you know, as we thought about where we were going to draw these lines, part of why we made sure that we were bringing in both Eversong and the Ghostlands and kind of combining those into our new big Eversong space, part of why we pulled in a fully updated Zulaman. It's not just because we had specific stories we wanted to tell there, which of course we did, but also because we needed it to feel like a contiguous space that all makes sense together, that feels right art-wise and otherwise.
So I guess for me, the special consideration for Northrend is just how universally beloved the expansion that took us there is. On a personal note, I think for us going there is really exciting and also a little scary. Not to just to be completely honest. So I think unlike Eversong Woods, where maybe Alliance players could have potentially not have ever interacted with it, players that have been playing World of Warcraft for a very long time, for a lot of them, that was their introduction to World of Warcraft, and also the culmination to some of the stories that they saw in Warcraft 3. So it's definitely in the tier list of beloved places. I would say it's high up there, I would say, for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think it's an
It's
iconic
fire.
place, and it's not just a zone or two, it's the whole continent, and that is, as Gabe said, a little scary, and it's paying or doing justice to people's memories of those places. Like Sholazar, for me,
Yeah, bro.
was one of my
That's-
favorite places.
That's a tall task.
Very hard.
Because they could very easily
Blunder it?
Yeah, it could very
And
easily
ruin a piece of history?
Yeah, pulling this off is harder than making a new zone.
Absolutely.
And doing it justice to where people are happy about it
100%.
is gonna be tough.
That's a tall order.
Now, I will say it's gonna have people are gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, and there's gonna be people who will come back. They'll probably sub even if they don't like retail just to see these zones.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have that going for you, but they're gonna have to. Man, they're gonna have to do a good job. And I don't have anything to base it off of. I don't know how they've done with Eversong yet. I mean, I've flown through it, but that doesn't mean shit.
This is definitely Blizzard putting themselves in a situation where people are ready to light the fire on them. Like, they're putting themselves in a position where they can get flamed on right now and absolutely bashed.
But if it works,
If it works, I think it's
they're gonna be
W.
celebrated.
Now, the thing is, would we rather Blizzard do the same old and never change anything or never do anything different or never take risks? I mean, think about Mythic Plus, think about Delves, think about...
No, I'm all for. I would rather them revamp a lot of the old zones instead of just
high risk, high reward, exactly.
We don't constantly need to be going to new places. Like, this is an ever-breathing world. It's supposed to evolve. Things are supposed to evolve.
Absolutely.
We've now, by the time we get back to Northrend, it's going to be almost 20 years old.
20 years.
So it's like, it's okay for it to change.
Yeah.
Okay. As a matter of fact, there's no Lich King anymore. What does a Northrend without a Lich King look like?
Who knows? It could maybe flourish.
What does Northrend without an old god that's sitting underneath a Titan facility look like, right? Like, all of these things. I'd be very, I can't wait.
Yeah. Cata 3.0. Shit. I don't know. It's a very interesting point, and Lance brought up some excellent discussion points there. I'll save that for a replay. You might have just gotten yourself a short out of that. Look at you. You're off to a big start. Hey, your own personal short.
Hey, look at us.
Absolutely. What do you guys think about them potentially revamping Northrend top to bottom? And what do you also think about the fact that, like Lance was saying,
I don't think
no Lich King, no old god.
it won't be top to bottom. I think we'll get.
Well, why? Well, think about. Hold on, because look what they just did to Ghostlands. Ghostlands ain't even worth a dog piss what it used to look like.
No, I know, but we're gonna probably get just places where there's Titan influence.
For sure.
So you'll get the
Sure.
area around Oldawar.
But-
You'll get Sholazar Basin.
But my point is no Lich King influence, no old god influence. Bro, that's got to reshape the continent entirely, almost. Like, in terms of vibe, feel, aesthetic, creatures, who you're fighting. Like, that's a very big deal.
The thing is, if you're gonna do it, right, what are you gonna do? We're gonna leave out Ice Crown?
No.
We're gonna leave out Dragon Blight? Like, you can't then go and leave these other zones out, because that would piss people off, too.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? Not go and touch up Grizzly
MRT.
Hills?
Yeah, MRT is right. They're not going to do all of it. Maybe the Lich King turn Creek. Oh. That's crazy. Let's continue.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the quests there. I enjoyed poking around. I enjoyed.
By the way,
siding
Sholazar
with
was
the
my favorite
oracles,
zone.
and then later
in
siding with
Wrath.
the Wolvar and trying to get all the loot. I have fond memories learning about Titan involvement in Sholazar as I quested.
a flying mount
Nax.
there.
I spent so much time in Nax with my very not so good guild. You know,
Do you imagine Angersteel?
Safety dance, God, the safety dance over and over. So there are memories there that I think anyone who played there are going to, they're going to have, and we want to make sure that we're doing justice to those memories, but also telling the story that we're telling right now. And
So fire.
She's so Northrend, we're going back there, and you're going to see what has changed. What has happened. And that'll be based on time, but that'll also be based on the events that are unfolding in front of us. And so it's finding that balance of nostalgia and
He's fire.
and what's happening in the world. How effectively can we we hit those notes? And I remember we were having a long conversation about, like, do we go to the throne? Do we go to the frozen throne? Like, what do we do? Do we not make that inaccessible? How do we, like, for people that's an important place. And so we've had a lot of discussion about it. We're going to do our best to hit the right notes there and make people really happy to come back to Northrend.
But looking even back at, like, Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, all these legacy places have such, like, a history to them, and knowing that people have been so excited about it and seeing folks' feedback on the beta and earlier on in alpha, and even when we announced that we were going back to Kolthalas, that opens us up to, like, okay, players do like this, and this is a cool thing to do in an expansion. So this is in Northrend, but I've always thought that, like, a space like Wormrest Temple is, like, this huge iconic part of the history of World of Warcraft that we never really go back to. We never go back to see what to touch with the dragons. Any of the major cities or spaces where you can kind of see ongoing story happening, and then just the iconic.
I mean, how do you not go back to Wormrest Temple in Dragonflight?
It's so crazy how, like, isn't it so obvious?
These places don't need to be off limits.
Like, isn't it so obvious that, why are we gone forever again? Like
There's
even
no
just
reason.
story-wise, like, do we have to do the same recycle shit where it's okay, a new zone, four zones and a new continent, it's another Shroud of Mist that revealed another fucking zone with another boss and another bad guy. Then we beat the bad guy in another new continent with 4 zones. Like, why not go back? I don't understand.
I mean, some of these places are not even just iconic, but there's, like, powerful artifacts and things there that you would think some villain or hero would need something from these places, right?
Yeah, Hells for sure. For sure, absolutely.
And by the way, it should not just end with
Northrend.
We should go back. Maybe we should go to Outland in this expansion.
Imagine.
I don't know, but, like, I don't know.
What the fuck is an Outland?
A lot of the ethereals. Can't be done with them, can we?
Place in the dump. Place is a dump. No Draenor, Outland, dump. Big dumper.
Screw you.
By the way, story-wise, at the end of Draenor, we go back, but then what? Close that time portal and we never go back again, I guess?
What do you mean you definitely do go back again to go unlock the Magkar Orcs in the Heritage quest line. And Jarell is an evil light zealot. He's forcing people to be Lightforged.
Interesting. Versant, let us play as the Burning Legion and let us conquer dungeons. Oh, shit.
Interesting.
stones. I mean, there's like big spaces like, you know, Elwyn Forest and Durotar, which house the major stories, but like even far-flung places like Stone Talon Mountains has a long storied history of there was black dragons under those mountains, and there's crazy stuff that went on in Warcraft 3 that we can come back and tell these stories on an ongoing basis. So yeah, I'm hopeful that we can continue to sort of pepper stories around the rest of the world and hit some of these legacy zones that we know and love.
Yeah. I mean, excellent.
Brava.
Excellent. Absolutely. For sure. I mean, it's like now that I'm being shown it, it's like the mask has been pulled off my face. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, why keep doing the recycle content bullshit again? Like, why not fucking go explore things that, like these characters in zones aren't dead. Like, why are we deeming them unplayable forever? Forever! Like, we're never going back to so many key important zones. And it goes across the entirety of World of Warcraft. This can go back even further. Like you said, it can go back to Outland and even classic zones.
You know what made me kind of... It's
on
like,
forever.
It made me kind of sad. You know what I did the night before the pre-patch happened? Essentially, that's the end of the War Within, right? Like, we're officially in midnight. And I went to Hallowfall, and I literally put my headphones on, turned the ambience and the music all the way to max, sat on the Zeppelin, or the boat that flies around Hallowfall, and just sat there, taking it in. And I'm like, damn, I'm gonna miss the War Within, and we'll probably never come back to this zone. I was kind of like, it was kind of bittersweet. And like, why does it have to be that way? And yeah, you could go back just for, you know, shits and giggles, but let's be real. We don't. When was the last time, like,
We don't.
you know?
We don't. I mean, we just went back to the Shadowlands for a bit recently for that story.
Sure.
But no, I mean, it's true. It's true, and it's pretty sad. That's why whenever an expansion ends, it's sad, but you're excited to see something new. But I don't know. I'm excited for it to not be that way. I'm excited for change without change.
Well, I'm excited because, and say what you will, whether you like the direction the story is going in or not, that's opinion, right? Everyone's opinion is different. But you have to admit, they do seem to be trying to take the story more serious.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
And by the way, at 11.2 patch, the whole Koresh and Manaforge Omega, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a great story, even though it was short a little bit, but it was good. It was fun. And like I thought before, I think the story's heading in a good direction, whether people want to, you know, believe it or not. You know, you see a freaking meme or a joke online, you want to call WoW furry because of Volpira. When did BFA come out? 6
like
years
8
ago?
years ago
7
now. Well, Shadowlands is 10 years ago.
Talking about Volpira, and I don't even know, bro. Anyways, Lance, are you? Do you feel good enough to go on to the forum freakout?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. It's time for a forum freakout. Let's jump into it. All right, it's time for the forum freakout, where we pull the wildest, saltiest, and most unhinged takes from the WoW community. From rage posts to Reddit meltdowns, nothing here is safe from the freakout. Let's get into it.
Mega, I don't know if you've seen this story, but Erator is quite the badass.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boom, you guys heard the intro, man. It's time for the forum freakout, where we dive into the forums, check out everything going on when it comes to the active community and sentiment of World of Warcraft right now. Dive into it and break it down to you all. Let's get into it.
Let me say, there was some peak freakouts over this pre-patch that I was looking at 4 a.m. last night. I couldn't sleep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting off with an absolute banger. Midnight expansion is doomed because pre-patch is late. The science inside this. Until very recently, players have had to actually experience an expansion before deciding it was bad. Thankfully, we now live in an enlightened era where we can determine with flawless accuracy that Midnight is a failure before the pre-patch has even launched. My sources? Professionals. People who knows what matters. People who have been refreshing the launcher for 2 hours straight and therefore understand game development, server infrastructure, and corporate psychology. First of all, the pre-patch is late. A 2-hour delay. 2 hours. This alone tells us everything. Blizzard cannot deliver a pre-patch at the exact moment the vibe is demanded. Then clearly the entire expansion is doomed. Content quality, class design, story, irrelevant. 2-hour delay is all the evidence a reasonable person needs. Second, they broke weak aura. Those bastard Blizzard, damn it. Blizzard has finally decided players having information is unfair advantage. They saw people tracking buffs, mechanics, cooldowns, and said, no, absolutely not. Suffer like we intended. Midnight is about immersion, and nothing is more immersive than dying because your screen didn't scream at you in neon text. This is about fairness. If Blizzard can't remember mechanics for you, no one should. Equality through confusion and bold design choice. Classes are also broken. One class is underpowered, even though no one has played it. Another is overpowered, based on a blurry screenshot posted by someone named XX Godslayer XX. Multiple people confirmed they saw the same post, which legally makes it true.
Now, obviously, this is bait.
For sure. But it's... was the word satire?
Yeah.
Is that the proper term for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this has to be satire? Yeah. So the point is actually right now, yes, there are a shit ton of things broken. Yes, it was delayed heavily. Yes, things aren't perfect.
I mean, 2 hours, a 2-hour delay for a pre-patch, with the magnitude of changes that were made for this, honestly, isn't really that bad.
Right?
I actually expected it to be way longer.
Bro,
I didn't even expect people to get to play yesterday.
they extended it again. Another hour. This is it. This is how it ends. Yo, this guy is going the fuck off. You are so silly, Swiss Miss. You're 100% verifiably correct and a credit to true science. Hell yeah. Basically, family court in a nutshell. That's crazy. Science has never lied to us before. Canceling my pre-order. Thanks, ChatGPT. I like you a lot. How dare you? I wrote this same type of post back in Mr. Pandora. We didn't have AI back then, so they're wrong. Listen, everybody knows, man, pre-patch is going to be a broken mess. Everybody knows it. If you don't know it by now, then you have not played enough World of Warcraft. Any seasoned WoW veteran knows for a fact pre-patch is never supposed to be normal or balanced or just working completely as intended.
Yeah, well, what do you know, pre-patch is supposed to be a goofy little
shit fest.
Yeah.
Supposed to be. By the way, can you farm
is it
honor?
Supposed to be? I don't know, but it always is. It's a goofy time where it's like...
Can you farm honor right now, by the way?
I have no idea. Does anyone know?
Grok is saying the main Beastmaster Hunter and ChatGPT told me Holy Priest. That's fucking crazy, Brett. To be honest, I was expecting it to be much worse than it was. True. I did too. You also have the ability to disagree with your ignorance. Let people decide for themselves. Oh, man. Lol, first bite was quick. Check your... Okay. That was a lot of effort for a troll post. Well done, you have my respect. The double dash is a dead giveaway. For real. Great article. As an untrained journalist, I must agree with your point of view. That's crazy. Endeavor's asked us to farm honor, so probably. I hope so. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. There are people actually like this, though. I mean, there was... I wonder if I could find the comment. I mean, I'd have to dig through it. But there was someone today on our post saying that literally, like, no BS, like, Blizzard just killed World of Warcraft. No other game did. He knew this was going to happen. Weak auras and the UI is broken and they effed everything up. I can probably find it. Da-da-da-da-da. So it's actually real. Like, even though this person's like joking, they're being serious in a way because people do actually act like this, and it's actually not a joke. It is a dead serious thing. Continue here. Yo, the next one is worst update in WoW history by far. From a level 10 Goblin Hunter. Sad times for WoW. Ugly UI. Classes feel bad to play. Damage meter is useless. This is the biggest downgrade in gameplay quality I've experienced in my entire WoW playtime. Feels like the game went 10 years backwards. Such a shame, really. This is not fun. Wow. What do you guys think of that? Now, let me ask you guys this question. Would you rather play in a world where there are no add-ons at all and World of Warcraft feels pretty good to play, or having a bunch of add-ons needed to make World of Warcraft feel great?
Okay with... If they design the game around it, I'd be okay with no add-ons at all. Like a Final Fantasy XIV situation. Over needing them to make the game feel great. Yeah, 100%.
Let me ask you this question. When you first played World of Warcraft and you fell in love with the game, did you need add-ons to do that?
I didn't start downloading add-ons for years.
Hell, it was the trend, right?
I think for maybe my first add-on might have been in MOP.
I'll tell you one thing. When I played Classic, TBC, and Wrath, I had 0 add-ons, top to bottom. I didn't even know what they were. And I fell in love with World of Warcraft. I fell in love with World of Warcraft just as plain Jane as could be. And I think that's how the game should go back to. You need to play the video game, not have an add-on tell you how to play the game, or be reliant on an add-on pack.
Yeah,
in my opinion, it's ridiculous.
They should make it so that you don't need them.
Make WoW great again. 100%. 100%. Without a doubt, the class specs feel horrendous. This game is almost down to Diablo level of combat. Diablo? Diablo's 4 buttons. Total.
You could actually make builds where you just press 1. Easily. Easily.
1 button rotation.
Yeah.
People, you aren't going to turn into a Mythic Raider who solos 20 keys due to having less buttons to push. You will fail the same mechanics you do now. I already hate the new cooldown management. Why can't I move each icon around? Why can't I have move my Shoal Sarge to where I please? Why resources must be stuck to HP mana bar? That I could agree with. I'm having a blast on Ellie Shaman. Yeah, I don't know. Man, the second I logged into beta and played it, I was like, yeah, this is the best thing they could have ever done. Immediately.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I remember the second it happened, I called you. I was like, yeah, this is phenomenal. This is phenomenal for the game. Best update, in my opinion. Rotation smooth, abilities feel more impactful, and the game is running a lot better. Yeah, I mean, having this over-convoluted rotation of like 15 buttons, that just means every button feels like less weighted and just almost like a cheap knockoff of what they should be. Like, you ever press Storm Strike on Retail WoW in the War Within for Enhancement Shaman? It's just a wet noodle. Like, you press that shit on Midnight, bro, you're whacking people. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that feels cool.
Storm Strike should hit hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Mortal Strike should hit hard. Aim Shot should hit hard.
Definitely.
Kill Command should hit hard.
Definitely.
Like, iconic abilities in World of Warcraft should feel impactful again. The only way to do that is to prune and make less buttons, but they hit harder. They feel more weighted. They feel better. Go to Classic, TBC, and Wrath of the Lich King. It's the same way. Less buttons, more impactful. And a lot of people love that combat. Right or wrong?
No, you nailed it.
Yeah, I know. I do that.
Probably because they're just prepping for console.
Console. That's weird. I just saw an interview recently where they said they have absolutely 0 plans for console.
They also said that they have no reason to lie, and if they did, they would just they would bring it up.
They would farm it. Uh-oh, my mouse is dying. What does that mean? Was the 3 buttons war has to... What? Was the 3-button warrior have to press too complicated for you? First of all, warrior is definitely not 3 buttons, but whatever. I, on the other hand, embrace smoked paprika and its ability to bring out full flavor. True!
Full tearing?
Yo, this guy's a Chad.
What a legend.
With a $1.50 on the post department, too. WoW classic. John and Dottie. Not surprising. It's not surprising. Blizzard has always lived in opposite day. They fix it, it's broken. If it's worked fine, they'll break it again.
Also,
if it's fun, they make it unfun, and so on and so on. That's how they develop.
On the console
this
thing...
motherfucker's still stuck in Darkshire.
Sky, on the console thing, I think we've both been now playing WoW on a Steam Deck here and there.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
And it's pretty sick.
It's a 9 out of 10 experience. I just wish
Yeah.
it was more integrated and easy to like manage shit, but it's a 10, like it's a phenomenal experience. It's
I'm
game
gonna
changing,
plug my
life changing.
get my Steam Deck to be on my TV
You can do that.
and then play it from my bed.
True.
That'd be sick.
Man, with all this button pruning, I've been so excited to get on my Steam Deck and like just do shit. PPC on Steam Deck is a blast. Yeah, I'm sure. I really am sure. I have it on my Steam Deck as well. Yeah, it is so much fun. It is such a blast. Wow, so people are pretty upset. I can see that. I can see that. Let's continue. Third post. I have a very serious question for the developers. How do you play this game with only 2 offensive spells? My main is a Holy Paladin. I don't do dungeons, group, PvP, and I only play PvE content. I only have Holy Shock and Judgment. Holy Prism now only activates on non-hostile targets. Thought that wasn't true. I thought you can literally activate Holy Prism on a target to deal damage. I thought I was just unless they just change, unless it was like changed within a couple weeks, I was literally using Holy Prism to damage every 30 seconds, but whatever. What is up? I didn't use add-ons. I loathe grouping, raiding, and dungeons.
Why are you a healer?
Wait. So he wants the solo content as a Holy Paladin damage? Like DPS?
Sounds horrible.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Wait, why would you want a solo as a healer?
And I want a tank as an assassination rogue. But we can't do that. That's not how shit works.
That's crazy. What does he do? Is he talking about like healing delves? Like healing brand?
And by the way, that's not true. You could still go the other crusade, the melee wings build, and crank out Crusader Strike. What the fuck are you talking about? If you like damage and you're playing Holy Pally, no, this guy's trolling. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Because they literally kept Crusader Strike in the game. If you go melee wings, it just it replaces. So think of it like combustion, but like when you press combustion, it gives you like Scorch instead on it as well. So think of it, in their case, it's Crusader Strike. So the only way you can get Crusader Strike is if you play melee wings build, which is fine. I mean, what, like, okay. Like, sure, it sucks that you don't get Crusader Strike to reduce cooldowns on some other stuff, but it's not a big deal. I don't know what this guy's talking about. He's playing the wrong build for a DPS Holy Path. I don't know what's happening. I gotta get off the post. What's a developer? They're dumbing it down for Xbox. I love when people say that because it's so not true. And it's not dumbing down. It's a restart button. Why does everyone think just because there's class pruning,
well, it also
it's going
doesn't
to
mean that it doesn't also mean that this is where it's gonna be. Like they're gonna, Last Titan, they're gonna have to add new things. The expansion after, more things are gonna have to. This is not it forever.
Alonzo, what's going on? Good looking. He's lucky he's able to kill mobs as healer. If this was 30 years ago, true. That's what I'm saying. Like crazy. Get down to Xbox. Just switch to red. You'll have one more button. I also main Holy Pally. It's dismal. What does dismal mean? Dismal?
Like dark, bleak.
Bad?
Bad.
And they made us choose between Holy Prism and Divine Bell when I want both. Okay.
I want both. Well, and as a Shadow Priest, I want to have the Void Orb, Void Weaver Orb, and the Halo.
Yeah, why not?
It does damage. They're cranks.
Like, what the fuck? Calm down. Do we really need 2 separate 30 and then a 45-second cooldown? Like, dismal? I thought it was abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah. CR, I think this guy's a freaking trolling. Dismal. I don't know what dismal... I've never heard anyone use that, like, ever. I don't know. To me, this guy's trolling. It's like... What are, like... It's like 2 30-second cooldowns. Like, why do I need 2? Like, just split into 1 for situational gameplay. Like, why do I need 2 30-second cooldowns? Like, it's getting ridiculous. And this is how button bloat happens. When, like, you feed down my throat.
Listen, you have to do... There's nothing wrong with doing a spring cleaning every once in a while.
I agree.
It's like when, your house is getting a little cluttered because your wife keeps buying stuff and you gotta go and start throwing shit away.
I like that. Does that happen to you, Lance?
Gotta do it this weekend. So that's
Tiffany with 18,000 posts. 18,000. Holy shit. I imagine what the devs would say is that if you are on your own, you should switch to Ret. Holy and Prot are for healing and tanking respectively. No, you can actually solo the entire game on a Prot. On any tank you can. But healing, what are you going to heal? I have never heard anyone in my life say, I'm going to play this MMORPG to heal myself and play alone. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, what?
What are we
play the
talking
support
about?
spec and support no one.
I'm going to support myself because I'm a...
Play a tank. You just go Prot.
You have Shield of the Righteous as well. True! Holy fuck. This guy said 2 buttons when he actually has 2 more that he didn't even bring up. Actually 3. So he actually has 5 damaging buttons. And Consecration's passive when you Judgment. So 6. He has 6 different things that damage people. Fuck you. You're complaining. Jerk off, dude. Like, I get it. I get the ability pruning. Like, I understand. I really do. And I get some shit got pruned. But I'm sorry.
Also, people who are... guys, you do have to understand, now all of these specs have been redesigned also to work around having your Apex. Right?
Absolutely.
So, like, the Apex, especially like, for all the Devourers out there, anyone who's going to play Devour, it really is designed around having that.
Let me tell you something right now. I played on the alpha pre-Apex build where no one had Apex talents. And
Plus
the gameplay feel compared to before and after was nuclear.
Yeah.
Your class is designed around your Apex talents.
100%.
Which almost makes me nervous for like what's going to happen in the last Titan. Like, I don't even know. It's not my problem. I'm not the developer. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But let me tell you something. If you think your class is supposed to be fun with no Apex talents, your shit barely is even going to work.
Yeah.
So, Shadow's going to rip with Apex? Bro, you don't even have apparitions. The fuck are you going to do on a Shadow Priest? What a joke. Fire Mage is not going to work. You get no Fire Blast recharge. See you later.
I'm sure in the last Titan, they're going to have to do something for...
I don't know.
They're going to have like a separate Apex talent or something. I don't know.
Not my problem. It's not my problem to figure that out. Apex class talent's coming. A hero talent tree for Apex. Oh my god.
Apex hero talents.
We gotta relax. 55k post? No. Who had 55k? Did I miss it? I don't know. My rotation is boring. Yuck. Oh my god. Oh, this has got to be fake. I guess I'll be buying Ash Secretion after all this with all my friends. Listen, man. I'll almost pay you to not buy Ashes. What a scam that game is. I lost money. Sucks. And they got me. They got me good. I think I'm going to play that instead of this game. At least I don't squish you and charge you 1,800 for transmogs. It's not 1,800 for transmogs. It's 1,800 for an outfit, you jackass. John Carter of Earth. And once you buy it, you could just transform into it whenever you want. It's for the outfit slot.
Actually, you don't even have to ever... Like, even if you equip new items, you'll never have to pay
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how we don't understand. It's such a simple system. You buy the outfit slot, it's there forever.
I got my,
my god.
I got my main outfit from my...
Is this Sky's alt? That's crazy. You do.
He looks sick. Sick. Okay?
Ashes of Creation has less than 5 hours of content. Will not be close to full game for... Yo, this guy's dead serious. He came out on the WoW Classic.
Be realistic with your rage bait.
Yo, he came out on the Orc Rogue with the fucking... Is that the green tinted or Flying Tiger? I can't even understand. I think it's the green tinted. He's a sweat lord. If you're anything sub like 30 with the green tinted goggles, you made it a priority to go get those bad boys. Crazy. Go for a better game. I got a few of my friends to buy Elden Ring when it was on sale over the Christmas holidays. It's been a blast playing co-op. That's good, man. There's nothing wrong with playing new games. You never now. Final Fantasy 14 is better than WoW right now, and you're one... Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people believe that. Maybe you can make the argument of Guild Wars 2. Community sentiment is better. Maybe. Maybe you can. But mass majority, there's no way you're going to say Final Fantasy.
A lot of people have not liked the newest Final Fantasy expansion.
What I'm saying. What I'm saying. Guild Wars 2, maybe we can bring that up because it's blown up the last 6 months. Maybe.
Well, to be fair, they've paid a lot of
Big money.
they've paid a lot of creators a lot of money to start playing.
Big money. Lance, give me the final sentiment. Are people overreacting about the rotations thing and the pruning?
I mean, this is every pre-patch, but I will say this pre-patch in particular has a lot of like inflammatory things that, I mean, we all knew this was going to happen, right? I actually could not wait to look at the forums, the general discussion forums last night. I knew it was going to be,
I remember talking to you about it.
just on fire. Could not wait. Speaking of games, how about Blizz rewards us with CD key vouchers for old Blizz games like Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 for finishing Mythic Raids leading so we could play the RTS campaign and relive the story. That's interesting.
Idea. 1,800 from permanent outfit, a one-time cost. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a one-time buy. See you later. I don't understand.
Also, guys,
I really don't get
it's
it.
like 2 world quests.
Bro, if you do your weekly, you have a chance to make 15,000 gold. You get like 4,000 or 5,000 on average. And there's no gold sinks in retail. It's not like Classic where every week you gotta, you buy a food buff and
I'm not
a
going
flask.
anymore.
Good. A dead end.
Yeah, I'm dropping that shit.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's the form freakout, man. We'll go from there. Much is beautiful to me. Anyways, let's move on now to
that.
Hot take debate. All right, welcome to the hot take debate, where each week we pull a spicy, outrageous World of Warcraft opinion, and Lance has to defend it no matter how bad it is. And me, I'll be on the other side, tearing it down and calling out the nonsense. At the end of the day, it's up to you, the viewer, to decide, was it actually facts or just pure nonsense? This is Hot Take Debate. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what time it is, man. It's time for a hot take debate. We're going to dive into a segment here, see what we can scrape up, and discuss, talk about it, little debate. Let's get into the topic, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the hot take debate. First of all, get this dude off my screen. Shout out to you. Let's go on to the animation. Debate topic is, because we didn't get to finish it last week, is retail World of Warcraft is not a true MMO anymore. It's supposed to say MMORPG, by the way. Let's get that settled. It is not a true MMORPG. Ladies and gentlemen, let's ask you in the chat right here, right now. What are some things that make an MMORPG great? We had to run this back because we didn't even freaking finish it last week or the other week. We literally talked about it for 2 seconds and we got distracted talking about other stuff. But, Lance, what are some things about maybe some older MMOs that make them really shine as being a full-blown MMORPG? Like, what, like, first couple things that come to mind, like, fire off, like, without even thinking.
Community.
Okay, that's a big one. That's a big one. I can feel that.
Friction.
A little difficulty. Some struggles.
It's not necessarily
Add-ons.
difficulty. It's
Crazy.
friction doesn't necessarily mean hard. It's just things that force you to have to interact with people. A lot of people would say theme park MMOs in general are not as good as on the MMORPG feel as things like Star Wars Galaxies,
Yeah.
and Ultima,
What, EverQuest?
EverQuest to an
EverQuest?
extent,
EverQuest,
yeah,
maybe?
EverQuest as well. But those games where they weren't so much theme park and more sandbox were a little bit better at that. And yeah, we did. Hells, we definitely did.
We did, but it was literally for a few minutes, and then we got off the topic. I have the recording, and it was like 5 minutes.
But we also have a great, we have other. It's not like we ran out of hot take debate topics. That's not why we're doing this. Don't worry about that.
Another one. But okay, so continue. So you were saying like the older MMOs.
But the thing is, all of those things, like the need for community and to interact with people and to use, as Hells is saying in chat, like teamwork. All those things are still in the game. But what WoW or just modern retail games in general have going against it is back then, those games, those were the social media. That's where you met and hung out with people. It's where you would just come home from work and that was your hangout.
Okay.
It was your world to live in.
Okay.
Now, when you're talking to people, you're calling them on Discord. Right? You're not chatting in game. You're hanging out on Discord. You're meeting up with them before you're just not doing it in the game, and you don't need people in the game. Also, you could do a lot of things solo now, at least for like easier content. Of course, the hardest, most like bleeding edge content, you're still gonna need to communicate and use teamwork and things like that to progress. But it's just different in that sense now. Where
So you're saying that it's not that retail WoW isn't a true MMO. It's the fact that gaming and MMORPGs have changed through time. Is that what you're saying? They've come to
just
change
the world in
the landscape.
in general.
Oh, so the landscape in general of gaming as a whole too.
Yeah. The prominence of things like Discord and social media, I don't think helps at all. Because like even now, like our guild actually is popping off.
Yeah.
Right. But guild chat in game is dead. No one types in guild chat, and even if they do, people aren't even paying attention to guild chat most of the time. It's like people will type and no one even's responding. If they want to talk, they're going to Discord, they're getting in voice, or they're going to general discussion and they're talking there, which is like, it's cool because it makes us now, like, even when we're not in game, the guild can be connected, but it does make the feeling of being in game. You're not immersed as much in the game anymore because you don't need to be.
Well, that's true. It's true. I think Lance is right on a lot of different points. So the question is, ladies and gentlemen, do you all retail WoW isn't a true MMORPG anymore? Going to some of those points, it's all about community. From Hell's Rocker, teamwork and immersion, community. Hasn't been a true MMORPGs for a few expansions now. It's very focused on the ability to solo some content and finish an entire expansion storyline. I definitely don't feel like I have to do group content, but the social aspect of it all is why I still play. I'd love to join the guild. Yo, I got you. CR. Let's you're gonna send him. We're gonna get you a Discord message right now to join in the guild. Just chatting with strangers online on the internet was cool on its own. Yeah, back then things were different. True old school MMORPGs were an adventure. Modern WoW is seasonal, where you get reset on gear and usually a reshuffle on skills and abilities. Now listen, the thing I will say is that, if I'm being completely honest, retail World of Warcraft is not a true classic MMORPG. The first thing I think of, when I think of MMO, the first thing I think of is community and like difficulty, like hard, like struggle. Like in order to do something, you need to work with a team. You got to work with a group of people. You got to join a guild. You got to be active. We got to have some people focused on professions and other people, focused on gathering. Some people working on guild events, prepping for the guild together to do things. Like, those are what really, for me, and I'm just being honest, what makes a true hardcore, real MMORPG. Now, does WoW fit those? Of course it can to an extent, but it's not required anymore like it used to. You have the looking for group tab where you can instantly get your, needs fulfilled easily. You can just spend gold on buying whatever you want. You also have the crafting order station. I don't even need to talk to a profession guy anymore. I just put in the name. I'll see you later. I don't need to even talk to you. So in that regards, I don't think it is, but is that necessarily a bad thing? Because let me ask you this question, Lance. Do you want to spend the time grinding for hours on materials, then spending 30, 45 minutes to find someone to craft it, then spending time to go to their location and then getting back and then trading the materials, and then if you need more, you got to go farm gold or go to the auction house, trade it, give it back to him, then they craft it.
All of that is good and I think if the game wasn't so seasonal, I think that would feel better. But when your gear is resetting every 6 months, you probably don't want to do that.
Absolutely not. I get pissed
And
off as
because
is.
of it, and because of it, it makes it be like, okay, I have to be efficient with my time here, right? Like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to do that in a retail game right now with the way it's designed.
Let's be honest. We have to ask her, because a lot of this is what I'm saying is leading back to this question. I'll say it, and I'll speak for just me personally. I don't want to speak for everyone in this chat. What's up, Razor Gold? How we doing? I don't want to speak for everyone in this chat. But having a brand new patch come out every 8 weeks and a brand new season, every 24?
It's every 6 months.
Okay, every 6 months, whatever that may be. 24 weeks, I believe. I enjoy the shit out of having a lot of content to do all the time. Now, with a lot of content coming at a rapid pace, something's got to give. There has to be a tug and pull. There's always the scale's got to move somehow. So if we're getting more content at a faster rate, we're getting less meaningful things happening to us, like gear, talent points. It could be downing certain raid bosses. It could be progression. It could be Mythic Plus seasons. So things feel a little bit more less impactful, but we're getting just things at a faster rate. More content, more patches, more updates. You know what I mean? So you gotta ask yourself this question. Is that something we've wanted heading into the future of gaming and MMOs and RPGs and stuff like that? Because I feel like today's day and age of gaming is faster, a way of experiencing video games.
If they started designing WoW to be more like the classic version now, I think it would actually piss a lot of people off. Like, a lot of people have now gotten used to the way this game is, and I think they like it for the most part. Also, so while the seasonal thing and the gear resetting every 6 months, it has its flaws, it also has its big positives.
Yeah.
Like, you could go take a break from the game, go hard for as much as you want, complete your goals, whether that's KSM, Stone Legend, Cutting Edge, AOTC, whatever it is, and then take a break, and then come back, and you get mini expansion launches every 6 months. And you get to go through and get that dopamine of constantly new gear, get your achievements done. Okay, take a break.
So Mega says, what's the difference for a classic player to say, I loved Phase 1 of TBC versus somebody saying, I love Season 2 of The War Within?
Yeah,
what's the
no
difference?
And by the way, they've made Classic even a seasonal thing too. I mean, the only difference now, and even in Classic, you'll have those chase trinkets that you have to go back and try to farm because they're BIS the whole expansion, right?
Or legendaries.
Yeah, or legendaries. So whatever.
Interesting point. I would personally rather upgrade my gear constantly. It's semi-good because a lot of WoW was toxic, so they moved to solo content. I just think that's... Any game you play, there's always going to be toxic behavior, right? I'll tell you what, I don't deal with one toxic player ever, because if I do ever really try to play with people, I just queue up with my guild, unless I don't have the time, and I'll queue up solo, and then I'll just do my own keys or something. But toxicity depends on the environment you're in. So if you're in a good community, you're really not going to see that. Should WoW go further with the seasonal model by resetting the economy every season? Whoa,
no,
that's impossible. People would fucking explode.
That would make people flip.
I might get murdered.
Yeah.
If I even think about talking about that.
Different with Classic is you need to do the older content. Yeah, where you have to go through the progression, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not seasonal in that sense.
Yeah. What they mean by that, ladies and gentlemen, is when you hit level 60 in Classic, you need to go through Molten Core to then go through BWL, then BWL through then Ahn'Qiraj and Zul'Gurub, and then from there you go to Naxxramas. So it's not this thing where, for example, you hop into World of Warcraft Season 3 on retail WoW, you go right into Manaforge Omega. You don't need to go do fucking Nurabar Palace and then Liberation of Undermine and then, you know what I mean? It's faster. It's more immediate. And in my opinion, absolutely, it's way more alt-friendly. And I'm annoyed just thinking about having to do a pre-bis farm again after I'm on Ahn'Qiraj. If I'm in Ahn'Qiraj in Classic, you think I want to level up another character? You're out of your fucking mind. I'd rather throw myself down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, but that's also like back in the day, mains were much more of a thing, and people were playing their main.
Yo, can someone help Renee Garcia join the guild? She's in the Discord. Renee, if you can, go to the general chat and let yourself be known there if you can. You can't just jump in anytime, yeah.
Yeah, well, also, like, mains were much more important, right? Like, flavor of the month re-rolling was not
a thing.
It's not a thing, because it just...
Not a thing.
It couldn't be, unless you could pay leveling service.
Little boosty boost.
But yeah, I mean, you know, that's... So, in that sense, that's kind of cool, and that's what made people be like, all right, well, you could show up to raid every time? It's a he. Renee's a he, not a she.
Renee.
You could show up to raid tonight. You're going to show up every week. You're not the best class in the game. All right, fuck it. Come on. You know, like, I don't think in 2004, regular vanilla, they weren't having 24 warrior raids.
No.
You know, like
they get whenever they need to fill.
They were taking whatever they needed to get that 40.
Michael says, people like to look back with nostalgia and forget how tedious and unnecessary a lot of those times were in game. The game is the way it is now because the player base has asked for it. And by the way, you're right.
By the way, you think you do, but you don't.
Yo, for real. Yo, I'll tell you right now, I love Classic World of Warcraft. It will always have such a special place in my heart. Classic, TBC, Wrath. Beautiful, beautiful games to play, and I love them. But I don't need to keep playing them, because the end game is horrible. There's so many things that are inconvenient to me, and I just don't have the fucking time.
No, it's more like...
Well, hold on,
now
because...
that I've done it, I don't need to do it again.
Well, yeah, but it's just like, there's so many people who play retail because they simply don't have the time to play other things. Like, I don't have the time. I don't, dude. Like, I like retail because it's as efficient as I want to be. Like, I'm not locked behind shit in retail as I am in Classic. Like, Classic, I'm stuck.
I could very easily, if I hadn't done the Classic thing before, like, I never got to experience Endgame back in 2004 through 6 in regular vanilla, right? So, like, going back in 2019 and being able to do that was cool. And while we were playing TBC as kids, we didn't do Endgame. So, going back and doing, TBC Endgame then was cool. Once you start getting into those later expansions, we started being more involved in the game. I don't need to go back and do Kata or Mop. I was there. We did that. WAD, we were there. So, like, now that I've done it, I don't need to go back for a vanilla re-release again. I'm okay. And I love the game. I don't like it, I love it, but I'm okay. I'm alright.
Something I like about Classic era in particular, Stereotype says, is that I can take a year break and come back and have a guarantee my spec isn't randomly ruined. Well, that's just because the classes are fair. What they are.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And by the way, there's something I would say... If I was going to play any Classic version, I probably would go Era.
Thanks, Ramfist, bro. You're the fucking best. Thank you. Shout out to Renee.
That's probably the way I would go, is I would do an Era. Because then at least I know it's like...
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
We're good.
I could see that.
That's worth it.
Hell's Rocker says, I'm in pre-patch TBC right now. It's fun, but very tedious. It's going to be a back burner for sure. Listen... There's nothing easy about Classic or TBC. And not even in the sense that it's this difficult. It's just everything is inconvenient. And it's not... Maybe for some people it's horrible. For some people it's just annoying. Like, for me, it's not even, like, hard or difficult. It's just fucking annoying. Like, there's no instant mail.
Yeah, but it was... I'll tell you what. There was not a better game to play during COVID.
No, for sure, because all you had was time.
During lockdown, it was the best thing in the world.
Yeah, bro, for sure. It's goated. Best out there. And the Shadowlands was annihilating retail, for sure. W Classic. Fuck retail. Guess what? Then reality kicked in. I have to go back to work. And I have to spend another 6.5 hours to try to finish my Epic Paladin fucking mount quest. This is out of control. And then it's going to cost me the same amount of gold. What's happening? I've been trying to farm Sulfuris for 3 months. Someone help me. Dude, it's insanity.
You're insane.
And it's fucking awesome for what it is. It really is. It makes everything feel so incredible that when you finally do it, that dopamine hit of you finally got it done, there is nothing like it. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. But let me tell you something. I will never do that shit again because I don't need to. I've been there, done that. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're riding into midnight. Big alliance in midnight.
That's true.
I got my Void Elf Demon Hunter to my left. I got my boy Hell's Rocker to my right, my priest. I got Ramphis, my prop pally tank. We're riding out to midnight. I got my Rep Paladin Mega with me.
Why are you just calling everyone only holy classes? I don't think Ramph even plays a paladin.
No, I said prop warrior.
You said prop paladin.
Did I? My bad.
This guy's only saying, guys, if you're on a holy based character, he doesn't want you in his group.
Listen, man, my point is been there, done that. I don't, and I think one of the more frustrating things is like, have you guys ever been around a vegan who like tries to force you to be vegan? Has anyone experienced that before? Like, they're like, yo, what are you doing eating that? You're crazy. Like, bro, you can't eat like that. Like, bro, how about fuck off? Like, you want to know who's like that? Is classic players. Like, I can't enjoy what I want to enjoy without them being on my schwatz, telling me to stop playing what I'm playing because it's terrible and come do what they're doing. Like, get away. Like, you're annoying. I like vegetables too. Doesn't mean I want to eat it 24/7 still since 2004. Like, enjoy your vegetables. Enjoy classic WoW. That's cool. I'm not, like, you don't gotta, I won't bother you, but don't try to give me a lecture on what I want to enjoy. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Sometimes I want some fucking chicken fajitas from Chili's, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes I want to go to Chili's,
Triple Dipper,
and get some fajitas and a triple dipper.
Why not?
What the hell, bro?
Why not?
Like, you don't gotta come at me, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I have to say about that, man. I think we can all agree. Retail WoW, yes, technically it isn't an MMO anymore. Like, a true MMORPG, but times have changed. And I think we've all changed.
I also want to push back. When people say that you can't, there's not a sense of adventure in retail WoW, that's a lie. That's not true either, because you could easily, you know, when the expansion comes out, you could go and take your time and make that leveling journey an adventure. You could go and, believe me, there's still little secrets and nooks and crannies and cool things that they add in to all these zones and leveling, you know? So it's like, that's not fair to say either. Now, if you rush it, don't read any quests, don't pay attention to anything, and are just going through the slop of freaking...
Big slop.
You know, collecting the bear asses, sure, but there's still an adventure there.
Yo, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, really, really quick, we just want to make a final announcement. It is officially the very, very last, final chance, because the website is officially going down tomorrow when it comes to some of the merch. So let's take a second. 20% off. Check out the trailer. This one's for you guys. Dude, absolutely crazy trailer. Listen, guys, I just want to make that announcement really quick. It is the final day. We are keeping this up. So if you guys are interested in merch, we are giving a 20% off code right now. Use code 20OFF over on the website. Use it on whatever merch you want. You got the stickers, you got the bundles, whatever, dude. So guys, if you're interested, go check it out. I think that is going to wrap it up for the show tonight. We had a banger. We did good. I got things I want to do in World of Warcraft, and I got to get to it.
Oh.
So, why is the site going down? We can't say.
No, I mean...
Do you want to say?
Yeah, we could say.
Go ahead, say.
Well, guys, we're going to have a couple of new shirt designs going up.
Yeah.
Some Midnight Edition shirts. You know, we're taking down our Season 3 of War Within shirts. We're going to be adding some new shirts.
The limited edition Season 3 shirts are gone. Season 2 is gone. The Goblin design is gone. Season 3 is gone now. It's a brand new expansion, brand new everything. And,
so yeah, we're going to have that. And then a couple of other new products are going up on there.
Yeah, we got some new products.
I can't say no hoodies yet, though. But we do have some new.
I mean, technically,
products.
we can maybe special order hoodies, like maybe for specific people, but it like our machine, it can only print on shirts, so it's like tough. Which server do you guys play on? We're on NA. So it doesn't matter what server. It's really just
As long as you're NA, you could get in there.
time or zone or whatever. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, thank you guys so much, man. Remember, guys, if you're here, man, throw some Comeback Kid icons up in the chat. Big CBK icons. Show some love. Thank you guys so much for tuning in the stream, man. It really means a lot. Remember, we stream Wednesdays, Saturday nights. We do this show twice a week, me and Lance. We will be here. Also, Sunday, I will be going on a live show. I will be, giving you guys some information on that. Thank you for everyone tuning in. Hell's Rocker, Justin, Mary, thank you. Sorry for tuning in late. Kiko, Razor, Angry Steel, Hell's Rocker, Wokenarf, Trill, Ramf, Malv, Broform, Mega, of course, Ramphis, Boom Boomy, who else? Shado, Pantheon, who else? Juan Epstein, Kiko, everybody, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys very, very much, man. Truly, it's an absolute pleasure to make content for you all. Please, if you guys are interested, it is your dead serious last chance to, have a chance at these shirts that we wear. So you get 20% off. Like, bro, you're getting sick ass shirts, custom shirts that we make in here in studio for you guys. If you guys are interested, check it out. I love you guys very much. My name's Sky.
I'm Lance, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Love you guys. Peace out. God bless.